All right, guys, what's going on? So today we're going to be taking a look at the New York Giants potentially steal of a UDFA undrafted free agent, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, wide receiver from West Virginia. Now, this guy is an absolute beast, okay? He's about 6'4", ran a 4.38 40-yard dash. His RAS score was a 9.97. That ranks 11 out of 3,062 wide receivers from 1987 to 2023. This is truly insane. Like, we just picked up an absolutely insanely good athlete. And, you know, by a lot of Giants fans, what we're seeing on Twitter and stuff like that, it seems like a lot of people are thinking he's probably going to be just a good special teamer for at least maybe a year or two. And then he could potentially develop and do, you know, a solid receiver, because a guy like that size who can run that fast and was that athletic, I mean, you know, his height is fantastic. His weight, you know, 221 is a good weight. He's not like too small, not too thin. So he's definitely got some muscle on him. You know, he has an elite vertical of 41 inches, which is better than Jalen Hyatt's. He ran a better 40-yard dash than Jalen Hyatt as well, although Hyatt was apparently like got a tight hamstring or something like that, so that's why he kind of ran a bit slower. But either way, he had just an amazing, like, you know, athleticism, score and stuff like that, like a great combine and stuff like that. So it really is something to take a look at. I mean, he's a fantastic athlete, although he didn't have the best production, and that's probably why it does kind of seem like he fell in the draft and he went undrafted. Lance Zierlein had him going in the 4th round, and a lot of people on Twitter and stuff like that, from what I've seen, also kind of had him going around that 4th, maybe 5th round range. So to pick up a guy like that in UDFA is absolutely fantastic. And to get an elite athlete, I mean, this is truly an elite athlete. Over the last, like, 3,000 plus receivers, he ranked 11th. That is insane. Since 1987, he ranked 11th in athleticism score at wide receivers. That truly is insane. Over the last 3 seasons, he only had 3 100-yard games, so obviously that's not fantastic. You know, definitely something to take a look at, and that's probably kind of why he dropped, because his production was not insane. But when you consider, like, you know, Lance Zierlein had him as a 4th round pick, and a lot of other guys kind of had him around that 4th, 5th round kind of range, it definitely is very nice to see. But, you know, over his last kind of 4 years as a senior this past season, you know, had 62 receptions, 675 yards, 10.9 average per reception, 7 touchdowns. I mean, that's pretty solid there. You know, back in 2021 as a junior, had 11 games played, 42 receptions, 575 yards, 13.7 average. Then as a sophomore, had 8 games played, 27 receptions, 416 yards, 15.4 average with 3 touchdowns, and also had 3 touchdowns as a junior as well. So, you know, not great production, but definitely had at least 7 touchdowns this past season, so not too bad. And every season he's had, you know, pretty much 3+ touchdowns, except for his freshman year where he only had 12 receptions for 201 yards. So, you know, obviously he's definitely a decent prospect. I mean, as a prospect, a guy who's probably going to start as a special teamer. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to make this, you know, wide receiver core right away and just be like a top guy out there. I can't imagine that's going to happen. But for a 6'4" guy to run a 4.38 40 is absolutely insane. A 41 inch vertical is pretty fantastic. And just to have a guy this athletic at, you know, such a big size of 6'4", you know, we do need kind of another big body guy in there. We have Isaiah Hodgins who's about 6'2", so adding a guy who's 6'4" and could potentially be a very good receiver down the road, as well as just, you know, as a UDFA, I mean, you don't have to spend a draft pick on him, so it's definitely nice to see a very good pickup there by the Giants and Joe Shane and, you know, Brian Dable. I'm sure he was a big fan of him, obviously, you know, getting a guy like that who could potentially be a very nice piece down the road for his wide receiver core and to really help out DJ. You know, obviously he needs some weapons in there, and getting a big guy like that who can run like very, very fast for a guy that big, and there's definitely something to take a look at. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have, please smash the like button and definitely stay tuned for a lot more New York Giants content. Thanks for watching, and see ya.